very good evening to all of you. I'm Dr. Chaitra Bharat, and I extend a very warm welcome to our guest speakers and our viewers, webinar participants on behalf of Krishi Junction. So before we have our first speaker and we get on with the ASRB exam preparation strategies webinar, let me lay out a few instructions for the ease of conducting the webinar. All participants, please keep your audio and video off at all times. You can use the chat box for any queries you have. You can post your questions for the speakers in the chat box itself. All questions will be taken at the end when all the speakers have finished their presentations. Please adhere to these instructions. Before we start our program, it gives me a sense of pride to give you all a tour of our website, krishijunction.in. So here's your virtual tour. So this is our homepage where you have the menu bar, which has the Krishi app where you can download the app onto your phones, the Krishi certification, the login or register. When you click on the login or register, you're taken to a page where you can register for free. So that is, you access the website and this is free. Our free features include Krishi Talk, Krishi Books and Krishi Stats. Once you register, you will be asked whether you want to become a paid member, that is, take a membership of My Krishi membership. Now, this comes with a lot of benefits. Now, let me show you what are the benefits of taking the membership. So we have all our features listed on the features page. The most important and the one that you would be definitely interested in is the Krishi exam feature. The Krishi exam feature gives you daily boosters and boosters as per your requirement. When you go to daily booster, that is, you can add 3 subjects of your choice. Once you have chosen the 3 subjects of your choice, you will be getting 5 questions every day from each of these subjects on your daily booster page. So you'll have to log in every day and then you can take those 15 questions and know where your preparation stands. Once you've taken the daily boosters, you can also go to the daily booster results where you will be compared to your peers and there you will know where you stand among all the people who are taking the similar exam. Now let's come back to our home and go back to exams, and this is where you have the Avail Booster. Avail Booster is availing your exams. Now we can search according to the subject of your interest and you can go there. You have 2. So now what is being shown is the different exams that are available on the portal. You have 2 choice here. You can take the already scheduled exam. So there is a time and date that is there. So you come and take the exam at that time. And then there's a self-scheduled exam where you self-schedule it according to your choice. If you're free on a Sunday, if you're free on a Saturday, then you can schedule it for your convenience, date and time. Now, there's a slight difference in the payment for both of these features. So when you log in, you will know. And definitely there is a price difference for the members and just the free registrants. So go ahead and check out what are the different features that are more better for My Krishi members. So you will get all your results in comparison to everyone who has taken that exam. So that's a way of assessing your preparedness with all your competitors. So our next feature is the Krishi Talk feature. We can call it the Quora of agriculture, where you can put up your question and anybody in that field of the same subject will answer your question if they know it, and we will have experts also on the portal, so they will also be able to give you an insight into the question and the discussion is carried on. The Krishi Today is the news channel, you can call it that, which is updated every day. So you have up-to-date news, especially for people attempting competitive exams. This is a very useful feature. Then we have the Krishi job, which is only available for My Krishi members. And we have all jobs in agriculture sector listed out here. Then we have the Krishi books section, where you are brought books directly from the publishers. So you will get at a very good rate without the commission of the retailers involved. So go ahead and see what you want to buy from here. Then we have the Krishi Stats. That is, we have a team of statisticians who work with us, and they will give you the right parameters, the tools and techniques for data analysis and visualization. So get in touch with our stats team if this is a requirement of yours. Krishi Stats has a 50% discount for My Krishi members. The last one is Krishi Skills, which we will be launching very soon, where we will be coming up with soft skills and resume writing skills and different things that you need for the corporate world, and also interview skills for ASRB exams and like. So these are our offerings right now, and many more are there in the pipeline. So stay tuned, like our social updates, and we are here to bring you many more such features, which is useful for you. Okay, so now let's jump right into what we all wanted and we have been so frantically waiting for. So let me introduce our first speaker to you, Dr. Parashuram Patroti, who has done his BSc Agriculture from UAS Dharwad, his MSc Agriculture from UAS GKVK Bangalore. His PhD is from PJTSAU, formerly Angrao, Rajendra Nagar, Hyderabad. He is a scientist of genetics and plant breeding at ICAR, Indian Institute of Millets Research, Regional Station, Solapur, Maharashtra. He has acquired the 7th rank out of 28 in ARS, the 6th rank in SRF. He has been the BSc gold medalist and PhD gold medalist. So I give to you Dr. Parashuram Patroti. So it's over to you now.
Madam, can I have a privilege to share my video? Dr. Chaitra?
Yes, it's given to you.
Yeah. Am I audible first of all?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. Is it visible? My slides
yes,
are.
Sir.
Yeah.
Perfect. Please go ahead.
Yes. Very good evening to all of you. First of all, I would like to compliment Krishi Junction, the platform, for updating with a lot of activities which can really going to help the people who are involved in agriculture related aspects, especially for the students friends who are really interested to take up some of examinations and want to improve themselves by accessing some of the options what you provided in the Krishi Junction portal. So friends, yesterday I was just inquiring with Dr. Chaitra that I came to know that more than 1,000 participants have been registered for this webinar. Oh, Really, it is an overwhelming response. We totally understand that this is the pandemic situation, and many students don't have access to go and sit in the library, have a physical interaction with their colleagues or senior friends. So they might be feeling somewhat stressed, and keeping certain things in mind. So we have planned certain activities. Why can't we initiate a program like give some boost up or motivation in terms of strategies, what should be followed for ARS preparation to be successful, right? So as Madam introduced, myself, Dr. Parshuram Pathoti, I'm working as a scientist at Indian Institute of Millet Research, Regional Station Solapur. I will be handling, I will be working on Rabi sorghum especially, and other small millets as well. So coming to the ARS exam, so the first and foremost important thing is, for any exam for that matter, you need to understand and you need to know what exam you are giving actually. Okay. Already a notification has been came from ASRB, and most of you, I hope most of you already applied for the examinations, and your examination has been scheduled, it seems, in the August 23rd to 27th. And you have taken all the care while applying for examination. So my suggestion, maybe you have already read the notification. If suppose anybody wants to apply for ASRB exam in future also, the first thing you need to do is read notification properly. Okay, so this gives you the entire idea about the kind, the pattern of examination, and your eligibility, the scoring pattern, the stages of examination. So I hope you have all of you clearly read the notification properly, and based on eligibility, you have filled up your application and you are waiting for your examination. So just to brief those who are giving a ARS exam for the first time, to make them to understand better what ARS exam is all about, you can see maybe every year notification may come. Sometimes due to one or the reason, you may not find notification for ARS either for a NET or prelim exam or for a ARS to become a scientist. So here you need to understand there are 3 different sections as far as 2021 ASRB is concerned. So one thing, you can apply only for NET, those who are interested to become a lecturers or assistant professors in state agriculture universities or agriculture universities, who are really interested to be involved in teaching activities in colleges and universities. Second one, you can also apply for ARS exam, those who are interested to become a scientist in their life. Those who have a research oriented mind, they can apply for ARS examination. So here, this time one more thing you can see, there is a post called STO, Senior Technical Officer, which is in the level of T6, what we call. So where the selected candidates become field or form lab or workshop technician. And the basic qualification remains same, that is MSc AG. And there is a just difference in the pattern which they have to be selected. Right? For NET, you have one exam, only one exam, that is a computer-based test, online examination. And for ARS, if you want to become an ARS scientist, you need to clear certain stages. Like you need to first initially clear prelims. Then once you clear that, then you will be allowed to attend mains examination. Once you clear mains, finally you will be called for Viva-Vest program, that is called interview. And based on the marks scored in mains and interview, you will be selected as a scientist based upon your rankings. So, but in NET, as it is a national eligibility test, in order to become eligible for applying lectureship in universities, you have to score a minimum marks as given here. If you belong to an unreserved category, you need to qualify by scoring at least 50% of the marks. Suppose, for example, 150 questions are there, 150 mark exam is there. You need to score at least 50% of that. Means 75 marks you have to score to get a certificate of NET. Similarly for OBC, similarly for reserved categories and all, the cutoff marks varies in NET examination. Similarly for ARS, we have one exam called prelims. This prelims and NET and for senior technical officer, the first exam, the computer-based test is common for all. But only thing, the way they will be selected is different. Okay, I hope all of you read the notification properly and there won't be any doubts for you to move further. Okay, now you understood your notification, what exam you are applying, whether you are eligible for what kind of stream. So once you know that, then the second most important thing, you go in search of syllabus. What syllabus? Suppose I am a student from genetics and plant breeding. So what is the syllabus I need to cover for this particular exam? So this is the, just I have given a screenshot of the genetics and plant breeding syllabus. You can see there are 7 units with different headings and there are different components in that. So this is the overall syllabus. You need to know very well that if I want to attend any exam of ASRB, like for example NET or a ARS exam or for STO exam, this is the syllabus I need to read and cover. Clear? 2 things over now. Coming to the third thing, once you know the syllabus, then the third thing is arrange your reading material. This is very important because most of the time we fail what to read. Simply keep on reading. Blind reading doesn't help you to crack any kind of examination. First, based on syllabus, you gather all reading material. What actually reading material? If you are a MSc Agri student, so what is the source of reading material for you? The first and most important thing is best available textbooks in the subject. There are some textbooks which are really good for objective type of understanding and some are for subjective oriented understanding. So then your class notes and manuals, because you have completed MSc, the exam question paper is on MSc standards. Don't think beyond that. So class notes and manuals are also a source of resource material for you for reading the exam. Then well compiled and written reading notes. Okay, so many seniors or many colleagues might have prepared already their own notes. You want to refer them. So choose such notes which are very well written, very well combined, and which meets your objectives. And most importantly, whatever may be the notes for any person, but try to make your own notes. That's the most important thing. When you read your own handwriting, you will better grasp that. You better understand that what you have written, and that the same handwriting you are going to reproduce in your examinations. So always try to make your own notes. So you read all the material and have a ready-made own material for your reference, for quick revision, for better understanding. And most important thing, stick on to the same material. Don't keep on changing reading material. What happens? Suppose tomorrow one senior comes and says that you find that this notes is really good. So then you forget whatever you read in your earlier previous notes and you skip to further notes. Then ultimately you will be in a dilemma, which one to follow, which one has to be not followed. So in initial only, you intelligent enough to choose and identify right kind of material. Once you identified and arranged your study material, then stick to the same material for complete reading program. But only recent things can be updated with referring some other notes which comes in between in your notice. Okay. So while arranging material also, there are 2 strategies. What should be read for ARS NET or prelims exam? And what should be read for ARS mains exam? So the thing is, you have to read everything, but be intelligent enough to understand, if I am only applying for a NET exam or a prelim exam, my focus is to be select the material which are to be read compulsory for objective based exam. Okay, which can help you to cover more syllabus and more kind of a keywords and more kind of a one-word answers, which can be most probably asked in the NET or prelims examinations. So once you clear this ARS NET or prelims examination, then comes the question of ARS mains. So for that, your strategy should be somewhat different than the what you read for NET exam. But whatever you read for NET exam, don't forget that around 80 marks, 2 marks into 40 questions are of objective type, even in mains examination. For that also, this ARS NET or prelims preparations, what you are doing now is going to helpful. Okay, so this is the strategy what you to identify in the very well beginning before starting your study. So you should identify what these are the books I have to compulsorily read it for ARS NET or prelims examination. Once I qualify that, once I become eligible for writing a mains, so my material and strategy should be read should be different in terms of material and its arrangement. So the fourth most important thing is reading strategy and time management. So what should be called as an effective reading? It all depends on when you start. Believe in effective and smart reading, fearless reading, what I suggest. So what happens many times, everyone don't have a luxury to sit in a room and read for 1 year or 2 years for such kind of examinations. And I totally agree. And we should understand the fact that those who are enrolling into the agriculture system, they're based at rural background. They have family needs to fulfill. So I can't have a luxury to read for 1 year or 2 years. Then what? So you strategize your time. So make a 6 months planning. In that, try to read for prelims or NET or ARS mains examination in an effective way. So what it means? For NET or ARS prelims, focus should be on quick reading, key points, one-word answers, definitions, significant contributions, end products, years, milestones, discoveries, inventions. These kind of things should be read in a very quick, in a fast reading, and try to have a more of revision. Try to cover more syllabus so that in which area you are going to get the question you don't know. So what I suggest for a beginner, I don't have a time for 1 year or 2 years for my preparation because I have already committed with some family commitments. So then my suggestion will be read 2 months systematically, 4 to 6 hours per day for ARS or prelims exam. That's enough. So keep on reading, revising properly, and then give that exam. So that is called effective reading. I suggest 2 months of effective systematic reading, 4 to 6 hours per day is quite enough to clear ARS NET or prelims examination. So next come to the ARS mains. Once you qualify preliminary examination, then comes the question of ARS mains. So don't wait up to prelims result comes. See that once you have given a prelim exam, you are confident enough, you know whether I'm going to qualify or not. How my exam gone, whether I have written well or not. So the day when you write prelims exam, you make yourself a decision that yes, I'm going to clear my prelims examination and I'm definitely going to move ahead with my mains examination. So then start. I'm not saying start there, but if you have time, read well before. But I'm talking about one who are very particular about the time management. So start seriously from the day of your prelims online examination. So including 2 months of preliminary preparation is also added to the ARS mains exam. I told you 80 marks will be for 2 marks into 2 marks questions. For 40 questions, carries 2 marks each. So 4 months of effective reading, 4 to 6 hours per day is found to be more fruitful for you to crack ARS mains exam. This is what my personal experience, what I suggest to all of you. So once you read and everything, here comes the question, the final stage where everything matters here. It doesn't matter how many years you have read, how you have read. when you have read. What matters on the day of exam, this becomes a real testing time for you. 2 hours during online examination for NET and prelims decides what is your fate. And 3 hours of mains exam decides what is your chances of becoming a scientist or not. Okay, so here you should follow a certain very good strategy so that you can reproduce well whatever you are read. Whatever you are read for the 1 year or 2 year or for 2 months, everything depends on these 2 hours reading. Number one, there are certain things. I will just share certain things. There are many things which works for each and every individual, may not working for me, may not works for others. So it makes some strategies which really going to helpful for you. Be confident about whatever you have read. Number one, most important thing. Don't be under impression that I have not touched this particular portion. Don't carry that negative feeling in your mind. Yes, I have read for 2 months. Okay, I am confident. Whatever I have read, I am going to give my exam. There is no regrets for me. Don't carry any negative impression that my friend read so much. He read 1 year. I have read only 2 months. But 2 months of effective reading matters much. So be confident about whatever you have read. Don't carry any negative thoughts. Always wear a hand watch. A clock must be there. Hand watch. Wear a habit of wearing hand watch. Start making a habit of wearing hand watch, because you don't know how time goes in examination. So what you have to do, you keep on seeing your watch, whether I have covered it properly or whether I'm managing my time properly or not, whether I'm attending all the 150 questions in a proper way or not. So for that, the having a sense of time is very important. Be attentive while reading questions. Read them carefully. Be attentive. Try to read them quickly. Try to read them, not sit for like idle and start reading the question however you wish. There is a time. So you have to read questions very quick, grasp it and try to attend them. And answer the questions which you are confident at the initial round. This is very important. The time you opens online examination, you may find questions. Question number 1, you may not be able to answer that. You don't know answer for that. Then skip, next go to the second question or third question, answer it. So in a first round, you should answer the questions which you are confident in. Once you finish one round, then come back to the second round and have a look at the questions which are left over. You try to understand them, take some time, and you may get the answers the time you complete the first round. So this is the strategy you need to follow to maintain the time and attend most of the questions so that you become qualifiable to the prelims, so that you can become qualifiable to the NET. And ARS mains is again a different strategy. So just I will give a brief here. In ARS mains, time management is most critical aspect of ARS mains, because you know the pattern. There are 40 questions of 2 marks, 20 questions of 5 marks, 6 questions of 10 marks. So there it becomes very critical to manage your time to attend all the questions. So the thing is, try to attend all the questions. All the questions means if you know something about that question, also you try to write answer for that. Maybe you are knowing a 1 word, or maybe you are knowing a 1 paragraph, try to write it. Answer by way of schematic representation, flow charts and diagrams, because those who have already attended first attempt, given first attempt or second attempt, they know very well that how much space will be provided in the exam for writing 5 marks questions, for writing 10 marks questions. So you have to make answer which can fit into this in the given piece of paper. You don't have a luxury to write too much. So when you read so much, so you need to answer in a very simple way and in a very short way. So that should be the strategy. And your handwriting should be legible and readable. So it's a very catchy. Your handwriting should be very legible at least. The ones who are going for evaluation of your question, your paper, he should understand, yeah, this is a handwriting. Wow, he has written very nice. And it's readable. These are legible. So that carries a lot of impression in the examination. Okay. So this is for ARS. Once you clear prelims, then you will become eligible for mains. Once you clear mains, then you will be called for interview and viva-voce examination, viva-voce, right? So, so friends, what I tried to cover is the basic strategy, irrespective of discipline, what should be done. First, read careful notification, then identify your syllabus, then accordingly make strategy to arrange your material, then read by following a certain systematic strategies which works for you. Make a time schedule and read properly and be serious about your exam, because you are not lucky all time. So to crack such kind of examination, you should be more conscious and more serious about those exams. So looking into the conditions and seeing the response from some of the students and all, what we are planning to have a 1 week lecture series, so that we can give a glance of the most probable things which can be expected in your NET exam or prelims examinations, and some tips for reading tips for them, and some of the key concepts we are going to explain. So in coming, maybe we are going to check out the time schedule and everything for this lecture series. So here I'm going to talk about highly recommended books for your NET, prelims or mains examinations. Most likely asked questions or model question papers, which may helpful for your examinations, mainly for NET and prelims examinations, and strategic reading tips and time management to crack the NET or prelims examinations. So planning to cover in my upcoming lecture series, the information you are going to get from Krushi Junction platform, and this is all I want to convey. So remember, learning is a never-ending process. We all accept that. But what, when, why, and how to read is really going to matter to be successful in your career. So with these few slides, I wish all of you for your upcoming prelims or NET examinations, I wish you a very good success. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Over to
so much, sir. That was really interesting and an eye-opener. Yes, that was an eye-opener to many of them, especially the first timers for the exam. Next, we have Dr. Manjunath N, who has done his BSc Agriculture, MSc Agriculture, and PhD from UAS GKVK Bengaluru. He's an Endeavour Research Fellow of Australia. He's a scientist of plant pathology at ICAR National Research Center on Pomegranate in Solapur. He stood 5th out of 15 in the ARS exam. It's over to you, sir, now.
Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Could you please come to the center of the webcam view?
Is it okay?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Perfect.
Okay. Good evening to all my dear aspirants. So before starting my presentation, I would ask few questions to you. You don't answer, I will only answer those questions. So first question is, does brand of university matters in the selection of ARS? Why ask these questions? So many students, they are thinking that if the students are at IRI campus, Pantnagar campus, TNU campus, and other South University like US Bangalore, US Dada, the ARS exam only meant for those people. So many students are thinking. That is not. It totally depends on your grip over the subject. It's not brand of the institute. Second question is, does level of degree matters in the selection of ARS? Even so many students are there thinking, if PhD is there, I can easily clear the ARS exam. I'm based on MSc, we can't possible to clear the ARS examination. This is also not. It also depends on your self motivation and love approach towards your subject. How much affinity you are having with your subject, that matters. It is not matters with level of degree. Either you are in MSc or PhD, you can easily clear ARS examination. Another main question is, you see UPSC, majority of UPSC, the clear candidates are their undergraduates. You think yourself, your master degree graduates, doctors, so you compare your knowledge with those undergraduates where you are. The undergraduates, they are easily clearing UPSC exam. Your masters and PhD, why not you are not clearing agriculture research service? You think yourself. Then what matters? So does university of brand is no matter? The level of degree is no matter? Then graduation is no matter? The matters are how much grip you are having in your subject, either pathology, entomology, genetics, science, agronomy, and so on. Then second one is, you should have self-motivation. You should have self-confidence. These matters to clear ARS examination at the last minute. You don't think if somebody from IRI, they easily clear. Those candidates also, they have to read. How they will read, how much time will spend, how analytically they will read. Such things, the matters to clear ASRB examination at the last moment. Now you come to strategies, how to clear ARS examination. Step 1, collection and selection. So I will go with my story, how I have got selected ARS. 2008, I enrolled MSc. Okay, enrolled MSc. Before that, I didn't know what is ARS. Even after MSc also, I didn't know what is ARS. So in 2009, I think in the month of September, I was isolating DNA of phytoplasma in our lab. 3 PhD scholars came with the sweet box. They gave sweets. I asked, sir, why are you giving sweets? They mentioned we got selected as a ARS. I was thinking ARS means that during that time, only I knew that ZRS and ARS. ZRS means Zonal Agriculture Research Station. ARS means Agriculture Research Station. Oh, I thought that, to enroll or to do work in those stations, we have to clear ARS. But that was totally wrong. So I asked few people, they have never explained properly. The same day, at the night, I went to one of the candidates who has cleared the ARS in pathology. He explained nicely, ARS like this, you will match this salary, you can do research like this. So I get motivated at that moment. I got self-confidence. But I had negative mood that those who are all clear 3 persons in pathology, those are all PhD candidates. I had negative impact. Oh, those ASRB will only select those candidates who are in PhD. But it was wrong. Then after that, in 2010, I was in last semester of MSc. On February month, the ASRB notification came. In that, they are written, those who have degree certificate, MSc degree certificate on or before the exam, they are eligible for 2010 ARS prelims. So exam, it was on September 12th. But I was in last semester of MSc. Another problem was they have changed exam pattern, everything from our batch, 2010 batch. Now they have totally changed. Now you're easy. Your syllabus totally easy compared to that time. During prelims, we used to read entomology, pathology, nematology, sericulture, apiculture, general agriculture for prelims. Okay, I during that time I had only, I think February means I had only 7 months. I have to finish my MSc thesis. I have to get degree certificate. Then only I can appear for ARS examination. So I have to do research. I have so many tasks. So I totally confused whether I have to write or not. So I took 3 days. Why I took 3 days? I asked so many people. So they given negative impression. Still you are not completed MSc, how you will write? So your knowledge is not that much. So usually ASRB takes PhD candidates. So I asked so many people. The 99% they have mentioned like this only. Okay, I ignored those things. I took syllabus of the ARS. I asked regarding books, which books I have to read, which books I have to read for ARS preparation. I called to one of my friends at IRI. He mentioned Agrios, RS Singh, the common books he has mentioned, and IRI notes. Okay, I asked IRI notes. They didn't give. Just they have given list of books. So I asked TNAU, same books they have given. I asked Pantnagar, same books they have given. Okay, I have enlisted those books. I have taken their inputs and I went to our library. Okay, I have searched books. I got the books they have enlisted and I have got different books. Those I will mention in lectures is which books I have received. I have left the books which are mentioned by IRI candidates, Pantnagar candidates, other candidates. Why? They have mentioned common books, Agrios, RSing. If they write answer, the same thing. So you'll choose different books, you will express in different way. Then the impression of that evaluator will be different. Like that, I have chosen totally different materials and different route for the preparation of my ARS examination when I collected and selected books in around March. Okay. Then next very important thing in for ARS preparation for at the last moment is time management. Because for me it was very important because I had thesis work, I had research work. Then if you complete degree only, you are eligible. So what I did, every day after March I have started every day at 4 o'clock. I used to go library. I used to sit 4 to 7, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, only 3 hours. Only 3 hours. Only 3 hours I read for 3-4 months. After 7, I used to go to hostel. I used to take dinner. After that, after 10 o'clock, I used to go to lab. For what purpose? I used to write thesis. I didn't have laptop. I only depend on that research lab computers. I used to write thesis till 1 o'clock. I used to write thesis. Then I came. I used to sleep around 1:30 or 2 o'clock. I used to wake up around 7 o'clock. Then again you go, you do research. Same. I did up to when? Up to August. I received my degree certificate on August 15th. I returned prelims exam on September month. So what I want to tell is, you don't believe other things. You motivate yourself. You love your subject. Okay. You have confidence. You test your knowledge. These things matter for the selection or preparation at the last moment for ARS. This is my story. Then another thing I read, I have written, I have cleared prelims. That is first attempt itself. The whatever the questions is there, no, I answered everything. Okay, MSc and based on knowledge of MSc only I clear. I am from US Bangalore. I am not from I branded university. So I have cleared. So time management. I had only few months. but I managed properly. That's why, the strategy is very, very important to clear ARS examination at the last moment. The first strategy is collection and selection. So we have huge number of books. So 100 of books are available in different disciplines, even in pathology, entomology, genetics, and other disciplines. So you have to screen out based on the syllabus of the ARS. For prelims, you have to take the printout of syllabus, you screen the materials based on ARS syllabus. While screening, you should give importance those books having more illustration like diagrams, flowcharts, and tables. Why? You are in at the last moment. If you read running matter, no, you won't get. In the running matter, you will get the explanation of flowcharts, diagrams, tables only. That's why you have to choose such books. Then extents of another point you have to consider while selecting book, extent of technical knowledge used. You confused now. I think you are confused here. What is technical knowledge? You heard about literature, language, technical knowledge means, for example, I will tell with respect to pathology. Pycnium. You explain pycnium. If somebody asks, some pathology student will explain. Pycnium is a pycnidium, you take pycnidium. Pycnidium is a asexual fruiting body and it is a cup shaped and it produces pycnidiospores. You will explain. Instead of reading those things, no, technical language means pycnidium. Pycnium means cup. Idiom means body. So in so many books, they used to split the words. Such books you have to select. So many examples there. For example, I will tell. Melodogyny. What is melodogyny? Instead of reading, I think 10 words, no, you keep remembering one word. Melodogyny. Melon means melon shape, watermelon. Hydus, like, gyne, female. So melodogyny females are in melon shape. Okay, such technical language, if it is having more things in books, such books you have to select for ARS preparation the last moment. Then depth of basic knowledge. Suppose if you are not having any basic knowledge, what is spore, different types of spore, different types of conodious spores, and technical knowledge. So you see, you analyze yourself how much knowledge you are having. Based on that, if you are basic or nil, you select the basic books. First you prepare for that. Then you go for other things. Then another point you have to choose while collecting the books and selecting the book, easy to analyze the concept. So if you take review books, no, there is totally confusion for analyzing the concept. Always, no, you go with and even you think about language and other things. So you go with Indian authors. It's easy to understand the English and easy to analyze the concept. If you take, I will tell one example. You take Rogeral virology book, you take another P.D. Verma something, H.N. Verma virology is there. The concepts are same. H.N. Verma explained very nicely, easy to understand if you have some basic knowledge. The Rogeral are totally different. You should have thorough basic knowledge, then only you can understand the concept in the Rogeral. Based on these aspects, you collect the material and select the books. Step 2, reading and revision. So you selected books, how to read, then how to revise. So if you take prelims exams, 1 or 3 prelims exams, model question paper, okay, it depends on your reading and revision. It depends on whether you are at the moment you are writing prelims or mains. So first, before going through the books, you read 1 or 2 model or previous year question paper. You will get idea. You will get idea what aspect I have to read. In the, for example, hypervirulence. Hypervirulence is a concept. In that concept, what I have to read. For example, PCR. In PCR, what I have to read for prelims, what I have to read for mains. It's everything you should realize once you read model and previous year question paper. Then how to revise. It is the most difficult task. If you make self notes, easy to revise. If you read books, difficult to revise, because if you are not making notes, again you have to read the books, contents and everything. That's why I will advise here is make short and smart notes completely based on technical. No need to write 10 lines, 20 lines, no need. Just you put keywords. For example, I will tell, you mentioned asexual protein bodies of fungi or asexual protein bodies of Detromycetes. I will tell in one word, pass. Then what is pass? P stands for pycnidium, A stands for acerulae, S stands for cinema, another S stands for sporodacium. These four are asexual protein body of, you can easily revise this one. If you keep the smart and short notes, you can easily revise. It's based on your, whether you are going for multiple choice or subjective. The another point you have to remember while revising, find your subject or concept in daily activities. I will give one example. After sleep, you wake up. Usually you take tea. That is made up of what? Sugar. Sugar means you have to go sugar cane. What are the important diseases coming in the sugar cane? You go tea. So what is the important disease in tea? Remember the pathogen. In sugar cane also remember the pathogen. If downy mildew is there, powdery mildew is there, you differentiate. Like that, no, you compare and revise based on your daily activities. Or you leave it, tea and sugar, leave it. While dinner, you take rice, you take potato sabji, you take different sabjis. Potato, remember, in potato disease, these things are there. The Irish famine is the main role caused by Phytophthora. Phytophthora is responsible for vertifoliar effect. Then it will come vertical resistance, horizontal resistance, so many things at a time, no? You can revise so many things. That's why you have to make short and smart notes and you compare with daily activities. You can get so many activities because agriculture is natural science or nature science. You can, from hostel to university, if you go, no, so many things you can revise without any paper and any book. Then another most important thing is interaction of read topics with your friends. So if you interact more with friends, no, you will remember for a long time and you never do mistakes. If mistakes is there, your interacting friend will tell this is mistake. Once you do mistake, that is also remain for a long time. So you keep these points while revising your loud subject. So what we can get from my lecture series? I have not mentioned what books you have to read. Based on syllabus, I will mention what books you have to read. In that book, what contents you have to read. Okay, in that content, what information you have to gather. That will I will explain. The another point, guidance to screen out necessary information on different concept from resource facility. So same thing, tips for making concise notes on revision with examples, how to make notes. For example, you are not having time. The mains is very, very crucial. It's killing the time. So you have so many questions during the mains. So if it is 10 marks, you can cover the everything. For example, read rest cycle. So instead of making 20 lines, you can write it in 5 lines. You should contain all the technical matters. Like that, you have to make the notes. Then I will also share some, I will also give some model question paper. I will also give some smart notes on basic concept. That's all I will do during my lecture series. So what I said, based on my story, based on my strategies, what I will say, the ARS success mantra is always read with smart or shortly. Why? If you read, you should analyze, revise. How to revise? You revise smartly. That is what we can call ARS. Always analyze, read and revise. Then it should be short and smart. That is ARS at the last moment preparation. Thank you. Thank you. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you
Hello?
so much.
Are you there?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. That was a wonderful presentation, and I'm sure there's a lot of takeaway points there for our viewers. And our next speaker now is Dr. Mallikarjun M. Harsu. He has done his BSc Agriculture from UAS Dharwad, MSc Agriculture and PhD from UAS GKVK Bengaluru. He is a scientist of agricultural entomology and currently working at ICAR National Research Center on Pomegranate, Solapur. He held the third rank out of 25 in his ARS exam. Welcome you, sir, to this webinar, and it's over to you now.
Unmute, okay. Okay. Sorry, why PPT is not visible? Just a minute, I'm starting my presentation.
Sure, sir, no issues.
Okay. Now I'm audible.
Yes, sir, everything is perfect. Please go ahead.
Okay. Good evening to one and all. First of all, I would like to thank and congratulations to Dr. Chaitra Bharat and team, because they have planned it in a very well to start. It is a unique platform for the agriculture graduates. I think in these pandemic situations, it becomes a very essential for students to learn on the online in the interactive way. Now we will talk about how we can plan go ahead with the preparation for the ARS examinations. First of all, I think most of the students who are aspiring for the ARS prelims and mains examinations, I think they have come across the what is ARS. It is an agriculture research service. Okay, and what are the processes to be get selected? I think I have come across the information that we have to write the prelims, mains examination, then the interview. Okay, this is the All India Entrance Examinations, which is conducted by ASRB, Agriculture Scientist Recruitment Board. Okay, this is situated in New Delhi. And after selecting as a scientist in ARS system, then we have to go for the training program, where the training program will be conducted. The training program for these 3 months foundation course will be conducted at NARM, Hyderabad. You will go for the 3 months foundation course. After that, you will be joined back to the institute you have selected during your training program. You will go for the 1 month institutional training. Then the institute will send you for the 3 months attachment training to the related institutes based on the mandatory crop of your institute or the work which is essential for in your subject. And once you selected as a scientist, what you have to do? What is your nature of work? I think you have the different disciplines like plant productions, horticulture, extension, the different disciplines which we have. For example, you take an entomology or a genetics and plant breeding or a pathology. Okay, as an entomologist, if you selected as a scientist entomology, then you have to work in your the crop which is the mandate crop of the institute, where your contribution or your outcomes should help in the farming community to solve their problems, to increase the production of the crops, and indirectly or directly they are going to contribute to the national growth. Okay, then question comes, what is the growth in the career line? Once I selected as a scientist, what further? Okay, what is the amount of salary I am going to get? Okay, these are the questions. Once you get selected, your growth will be in a different different hierarchies. Okay, I will tell in the next slide why we have to select ARS and why you have selected ARS. Already one of my colleagues explained you the graduates are cracking the UPSC. You are a master's and you are the PhD holders. You are a doctors. Why can't ARS? Okay, ARS is one of the most prestigious service in the agriculture sector. It is as comparable to the UPSC because you know the exam patterns in UPSC is also similar, and the exam pattern in the ARS selections for the scientists is also same. Here also the prelims, mains, and interview. In ARS selected, you are how to go through the prelims exam, mains exam, and interview. If you pass through all these steps, then you will be considered as a scientist or a researcher, and you have the very good position as a class 1 officer, a class 1 scientist, and you have the post of central government with the growth opportunities, and you have the very good salary and respect. I tell you, if it comes to the salary right now, if you get selected during this batch, it will be the not less than 80,000 for the beginning scientist. Okay, this is the career opportunity or the future if you selected as a scientist. After, if you joined as a scientist with your master degree or MSc, then after 5 years you will be selected for the senior scale, then again senior scientist, and there is also the possibility to get into the state agriculture universities. Once you completed the 8 to 9 years of service as a scientist and senior scientist, then you can again come back to the universities as associate professors. If you continue the service in the ICAR system, okay, once you become the senior scientist, then again after the certain years of 3 to 4 years of service, you will again become the principal scientist. Then you can become the head of the department, director of the institute, project director, assistant director general, director general. You can also become the vice chancellor of the different state universities and also the central agriculture universities. And you have the option, if you are so progressive, you can become a DG of national and international organizations. This DG, Director General of ICAR, is as equivalent to the Secretary to the Government of India. Okay, the Secretary to the Government of India is a very highest post in the IS examiner, IS officers. You compare this DG and ICAR Secretary are almost parallel in ICAR and ARS. Okay, there are certain questions in the student's mind. I think if I take an example of microbiology, this time there are only, I think, 2 vacancies are there. For entomology, there is more than 10 vacancies. When the vacancies are less, what comes to the mind of the students? There are 2 only vacancies. Can I attend this time, or I have to take the next time? Because the competition will become a cutthroat. It's very tough. I will lose 1 attempt. I will tell you one thing. Okay, you need only 1 seat, not 2 seats. Out of these 2 seats, you fix that 1 seat is for me and one other is another. Okay, never leave a chance, because you don't know, the competitions today will increase in the next year, and there are many changes are happening rampantly in the ICAR system. Okay, this is the luckiest batch, I tell, because you are allowed to attend the ARS mains examinations on the basis of your master degree. Next year you have to have a PhD degree to become an ARS scientist. Means you have to complete the PhD degree, then you can appear for the ARS mains examinations, or you have to apply for the ARS. I will tell my story how I become a scientist. Okay, when I was first PhD student, notification for the ARS has released. I have just gone through the notification, and I have called to my senior who is studying in IRI, and also he is preparing for the ARS examinations. What is his reaction? Can anybody guess? He told me that, Mr. Mallikarjun, now you are calling and asking about the ARS and books and material. There are many entomology students. I can tell you 50 in a fraction of 5 minutes who are preparing from the last 1 year, and they have revised the subject 2 to 3 times. I'm a little bit demoralized, and I told sir, I will read. No, Mallikarjun, it is very difficult. It is a huge subject. I told him, at least, sir, you give me the list of books. You give me the list of books in such a way that such a list, you never pass the ARS exam in your life. And then I thought, I told my senior, sir, there are 15 entomology seat. I want only one seat. And I told him, I will take one seat and I will become a scientist. I have put in a somewhat challenging manner. Then I come to my room and I discuss with my fellow seniors. Then I have started collecting the information regarding the which books I should read. Then I started which journals to be referred, which from where the information to be gathered for the recent information. Then I have planned my own strategy. Then I started reading. Later on, there are certain problems which we face. These we have to parallelly manage. I have to manage the PhD and also I have to manage the ARS. That become somewhat difficult because there is academic exam is also going on. I have to prepare for the exam, also academic exam, and also for the ARS. Then I thought in my mind, which is the most important, either the to get the PhD, to get the job. Ultimately, after completing PhD, how to get the job. Then I reduce the focus on the academics. I will tell why I reduce the focus on the academics. When I was writing the this ARS examination, I have many my senior colleagues, junior colleagues, yeah, class and classmate friends who are holding PhD, MSc, BSc gold medals. They could not able to crack the exam, but I cracked the exam. And that too, I have targeted very top. Okay, during our examinations, I have targeted for the first rank. There is a gravitational effect. Definitely, we will get little lower, but I got the third rank in ARS examinations. Do you know what is the difference between the first ranker and the third ranker? The first to second is a 0.25 marks difference, and first to third is a difference of 0.75 marks. Okay, then the questions comes, sir, certain students ask, sir, what will be the cutoff for the preliminary examinations? What will be the cutoff for the main examination? You keep in mind, if the question paper is of easy nature, the cutoff will be very high. Everybody. If question paper is very tough, the cutoff will go lower. If moderate, then definitely it will be in the between, not tough, not so high or not so low. So here you keep motivated yourself. Out of these seats, I want only one seat, and that to be mine. Even if it is one seat, you have to apply for the exam and you have to write, because you know, if there is a one vacancy, at least one should become the eligible and one should be get selected as a scientist. That should be the mindset, and you plan accordingly. We will tell how to prepare, how to read, how to, that will comes to the next steps. Okay, how to read, what to read, how much to read, when to read, how to make the notes, how to write the prelims examinations, and how to write in the mains examinations, and how to attend the interview. This all involves a crux in you, and it will be interactive and it will update your knowledge. You know, certain things, this kind of platforms, how it help you when you are interacting with your colleagues or your teachers. They may be busy, they may not give a time. Here the experts will help you to get resolved your questions, or your technical knowledge will be kept updated, especially for the plant protection scientist, you should remember all the scientific names as much as possible, okay, to have the right answer in the first objective type of questions that I will tell in details in the further sessions. And with this, I wish all the best and best of luck to all students. We will go ahead in the future. Thank you. Madam, hello.
Thank you so much, sir.
What about you?
A very inspiring story of all the scientists who have done so well, cracked the exams, and now hold very good positions as ARS scientists. It is indeed an honor for us to be working with all three of you in our upcoming training sessions with you. So students, don't miss this opportunity, which is priced at a very affordable amount for all of you. We will be sending out an email to all the registered participants with all the details, the timetable and the amount that you would have to pay to enroll to this session. So all of you now know how to prepare yourselves smartly for the ASRB exam. And you also know that you can enroll yourselves for the online coaching sessions. At the end of the coaching, the enrolled students will also get a mega booster exam completely free as part of the coaching session. This mega booster exam is 500 questions. This will help you assess your own preparation and also show you which are the areas that you lack confidence to help you focus on those areas at the last minute. So don't wait, please enroll for the sessions, and I'm sure you're going to take back a lot of learning from there. This is just like how our friends teach us something one night before the exam, and nothing can be as valuable as that teaching. It remains fresh in your mind, and when it is explained by a friend, it is in a way that you understand. With all this, I will be conducting certain stress relief sessions during every session so that you learn those techniques and you can apply that to yourself during the exam time as well. My sessions will include meditation, stretching, and the right food for your mind. We hope to see you all during the training sessions. So with this, we have come to the end of today's free webinar on ASRB exam preparation strategies. I thank all the esteemed panelists for joining us and giving us such a wonderful presentation and tips and strategies. Thanks to our Zoom attendees, thanks to our Facebook Live viewers. And last but not the least, I thank my team at Krishi Junction for putting up this show. Follow our page on Facebook and Instagram for updates of upcoming webinars and offerings. You can write to us at contact@krishijunction.in. We'd love to hear from you. This is Dr. Chaitra Bharat signing off.